Okay, so this is the story of how I became a Brony. I believe it was back during the Christmas of 2011 or so, around that time. And some of our friends from Disney were going to take pictures with Santa with their little girl. And about that same time, one of our high school friends, Asia, just so happened to be in Orlando at the time. So she tagged along with us, and she just so happened to bring some of her My Little Pony toys that she got from McDonald's. You know, the cheap ones that you can get with a Happy Meal, or not with a Happy Meal. You can just buy them outright. You could be like, hey, can I just get the My Little Pony toy? And they'll look at you strange, but they'll be like, yeah, sure, it's like $1 or something like that. Anyways, I happened to like the black one looked cool because I was like, oh, you know, they're mostly pink and purple and girly colors, and I was like, well, this one's black, so that one's pretty cool, and this one's a guy. And I was like, what's its name? And she was like, well, that's Big Mac. I was like, oh, it must be sponsored by McDonald's, Big Mac. Yeah, the newest version of My Little Pony is a lot of guys like it, and I was like, oh, really? That's interesting. I guess, must have a good story or something like that, or these guys are weird or something like that. A couple weeks or months go by or something like that, and I'm watching TV, just flipping through the channels early one Saturday morning, and I happened to come across a couple shows, and I watch it. I believe the first ones I watched was Hurricane Fluttershy and Crystal Empire Part 2. I was like, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be, having tea parties and talking about girly stuff like boys and tea parties and tampons or whatnot, and so, but it looked like an interesting show, but it's not like I was going to watch it, binge watch or anything like that, because my Saturdays are usually full of football. Time goes by, and I eventually move up to Birmingham to live with Casey Ray and her roommates, and they just so happen to have Netflix. Well, I'm skimming along, and I noticed that they have My Little Pony on there, and I'm like, oh, I saw one or two episodes, and they look pretty cool. And I also noticed they had the Bronies documentary on there, so I watched that. I was like, oh, well, some of these, I guess, story's pretty good, the songs are pretty good, and so I ended up watching the first couple episodes. I was like, oh yeah, this is really good, so I ended up binge watching like seasons 1 through 3, like in one night or something like that. It was pretty crazy. Netflix at the time only had 3 seasons, and so I was like, oh, did it only have 3 seasons? So I looked on, and currently it was doing season 4, so I binge watched the rest of season 4 and got caught up on that, and it's just snowballed ever since. Now I have the plushies and shirts and all the other stuff, and of course I have Best Pony. The following video is brought to you by Aloe Vera, because somebody forgot to put sunscreen on. Ready to get your butt whooped in Monopoly?
Magnum, not the condom.
That's what I use. Ayo!
Oh, God.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my story. If you want to know more, just ask questions down in the comments below. Make sure to give a like and a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Ba-ding!